Yeah, I don't have the land acknowledgement
Go get it. It's probably sitting at the table.
here. No, you're right. It's probably sitting just at the table. Just grab that. That's interesting. Someone took the land acknowledgement from there. Oh, she probably, yeah, you're right. She probably took it home with the rest of her stuff. By accident. Yeah. I'll try to find it. I think I got it. All right. It's 5:47. I'll call this meeting to order. We would like to start by acknowledging that the land on which we live and work is traditional and treaty territory of the Anishinaabe, and many other nations whose presence here continues to this day. As a municipality, Aurora has shared responsibility for the stewardship of this land. We further acknowledge that Aurora is part of the treaty lands of the Mississaugas of the Credit, recognized through Treaty Number 13, as well as the Williams Treaties of 1923. Shared understanding of how the rich cultural heritage that has existed for centuries and how our collective past brought us to where we are today will help us walk together into a better future. A motion to approve the agenda. Councillor Weiss, Councillor Thompson, all those in favor? Opposed, that carries. Any declarations of pecuniary interest? Seeing none, can you give a motion to receive the minutes from the June 13th, 2023 committee meeting? Councillor Weiss, Councillor Thompson, any comments on those? All those in favor? Opposed, that carries. We have no delegations. Matters for consideration. We have 3 items. First one is a memorandum from our manager, financial management, regarding finance advisory committee updated 2-year work plan. Would like to go first. All right, go ahead.
So we have made some updates to the FEC work plan. So it's a work plan that was originally proposed for the mini of this year. And we made some amendments to reflect the canceled meeting in October. And we will try meeting that month. And then it just reschedules all the items that we had originally planned.
Ron?
Are you just the October meeting being canceled? There's a reason for that, obviously. What did we all decide on that, or was that just planning?
We're away. No way.
Oh, you're away. Okay, we don't have a quorum. Okay, get it.
Any other questions?
We can try and find another date. Let's do this everything.
I just wondered why it was open. That's all.
Anything else?
And for me,
Okay.
Yeah.
No? Someone want to move the recommendation? Councillor Thompson, Councillor Weiss, all those in favor? Opposed, that carries. Second one is a memorandum for financial management advisory regarding the budget review of council administration and office of the CAO. Rachel.
Mr. Chair, this provides an overview of the office of the CAO and council programs for the budget and includes some of this historical spending. The yellow highlighted areas are the ones and institutions that have more significant variances relating to the amount over and unders. And this is a good one to start with. It's one of the more simpler, less complicated budgets we have. We'll be going through all of them over the next year or so, and some of them will be a bit more complicated or a lot larger than just some of the other requirements.
Any questions?
No, explanations are pretty straightforward.
Yeah. just,
Go ahead, Ron.
You're receiving comments. What kind of comments do you consider are appropriate looking at all of this? Because it's a lot of detail. I've never seen this kind of a report before, and I appreciate the level of detail in it, but what kind of comments are you looking for from us?
Rachel?
Through your chair, so I believe this came about through council's desire to give a bit more of a detailed review of the budgets overall. So rather than doing that actually through the budget process, FAC takes on the responsibility to take a look at how we're trending compared to our budgets and taking that line by line look. So this gives an opportunity for Finance Advisory Committee to take a look at what's there, ask any questions, and then it helps inform future decisions and future budgets.
Okay.
Michael?
If I can add to that, I think in the past, comments around the table were that members of council appreciate the fact that we took the time to take a look at the various lines. Call out any variances or discrepancies that we thought our colleagues may want to know a bit about. And that's why you see highlighted sections within the report. That's why there's commentary. Because traditionally we've said in the past, I mean, if there is a significant swing between year over year, then rather than us call it a meeting, provide a little bit of an explanation. If we need to dig into it more, we'll happily raise it here. But yeah, this has kind of been the forum for us to raise questions about any particular expense item that maybe, perhaps they budgeted X and they only spent Y, or it was overspent.
Right.
This is an opportunity for any member of the finance committee to raise that and get a little bit more of an explanation. And that helped expedite the budget process, because now some of the meaty questions were being asked here as opposed to when we get into the budget cycle months ahead.
And through you, again, our report and comments will go to the rest of council, but will all the attachments and all of this go as well through you? Yeah.
Rachel?
Good question, I guess.
Good question. So Linda, if you tell me.
So, yeah, this is a public,
It's available. Anybody watch
But it's just the minutes that go to the GC. meeting,
Yeah.
Correct?
yeah, I'd say this full in-depth wouldn't necessarily be in the budget material, but if a counselor said, I want that information, I want a little bit deeper of that number, it'd be provided for them.
Right. This is a public document.
Yeah, but this is a public document, yeah.
Getting a first glance at it and having a discussion about it, giving comments, and
Mhm.
council can also apply their own comments based upon whatever they see here.
Yeah.
No different than if I saw something in the minutes on, say, the Heritage Committee. I might pull the Heritage, and get it into the words, then, individually follow up with councilors or staff and same thing, right? So everybody has that opportunity should they wish.
Okay. So I don't want to prejudice what you're intending to do here, but you're going to go through these on a line by line basis and talk about each of these, or you're going to ask us to ask questions about it?
Typically, if you have questions about it, we approach them that way, especially when we get some of the bigger departments, because you're gonna have like multiple areas and lots of lines. Community services is a large department, so we can, there's a lot of it.
Mhm. Okay, thanks.
On the recommendation. Thompson, second. Ms. Reese, all those in favor? Opposed, that carries. Third, we have memorandum from Project Management Office regarding town's major capital projects performance update. It's not on? Okay. Who would like to speak to this? All right,
I'm just waiting for it to open up on the screen.
okay.
So this report appears usually every second FAC meeting, and it gives an overview of the major capital projects that are going on within the town. Giving the highlights to the Aurora Town Square. There's the financial system, which I can speak about, and a few other projects that are listed on here. The Project Management Office has taken a bit of a different approach with this report to provide a bit more of a dashboard of information. So it is a bit of a new look and feel to it. So any feedback you have on that, we can definitely take back to them. But that gives you an idea of what this report is doing.
Is the link or like how to get to the dashboard in here?
Yes.
It's
a separate report.
No, I know it's a sample dashboard, but what I'm saying is can we actually go in and actually like look through the dashboard?
I will take that back.
That I'd like to know that. I think that would be interesting for every counselor to be able to go into that dashboard because as you can see through the example, you can change which department, right? And divisional thing. So you can like look through if you want. Yeah. So I think it would be something that would just be another tool that council can use to just kind of look through if possible.
But if anyone has questions about financial system project, I know I'll get back.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah. I knew the sample was there. I just wanted to know if we could actually see the actual, go ahead, Michael.
So, I like the proposed enhancements and the KPI list as well. I think that's all great. I guess my question really is around definition of budget. So, we may set a budget for an item and then through the course of delivering that item, we may find that we need to increase the spend for whatever reason, and then the new budget follows it. So in theory, at the end of the project, someone says, yeah, of course we're on budget, but we may have increased envelope for the project of it. I'll use the fire hall as an example. Just recently we increased a little bit in regards to town square and stuff. So, how do we capture that? Because I guess you could say it's on budget, but it's not really on budget to the original project scope, right? Somewhere along the line, something happened and council was required to, increase the envelope a little bit more. And so when you look back 2, 3, 4 years down the road, all you ever see is, of course, the project finished on budget, but it's not.
So through our new system, we do have the project management and project execution and financials that are in there. And as council goes and updates or amends any budgets, it does set new baselines for those budgets, but it also has the history. So we can actually look at the history of the approvals over time as to how much was approved for the budget for as we go forward. It's a little easier now that we're in a system that tracks this information versus in the past, it was a bit more of a manual exercise to see what the historical approvals were for various budgets.
But are you able to capture that on the dashboard?
We will find out.
I'd say probably might be able to. I think it would be similar to the project's completion timeline where you have the different colors. And so while you have the full scope and say this is the actual budget, but you might have like a blue and then a green, and the green is the added part that we've added on, but the overall budget now is still there, but we have these different degrees that are within there.
Great to have, but probably it can, but that's the question. I'd like to find out.
Okay. Anything else?
Okay.
Go ahead.
Just following up on what you're saying, you're talking about years and years before, but when we're making changes on the fly and things, is there a way that you could search the dashboard and what the dashboard looked like in 6 months ago, or when some significant changes occurred, so that we can capture that we made those changes, but the dashboard is being changed, not changed because we're still on budget.
We'll take that away.
Dated is what I'm saying. So you've got, because it's supposed to be a real time thing, right? So real time 3 months ago may be different. And this would be good to be able to do comparators on them.
So we'll take that away and we'll work with the project management office.
Yeah. Sorry, just one more thing I thought. If we're also going to do a dashboard, we're for the most part, it's talking about financial aspects of the dashboard. But I think too, what with big projects, timelines, right? We also put in the project is expected to be completed in terms of that kind of dashboard as well. Obviously, Library Square or Town Square is the obvious one, but there are other projects as well. Sometimes, we go out to tender, and usually in the tenders, there is part of that project scope an expectation that it's going to be delivered in said timeframe. And so it's good information to have on our.
Mhm. Okay. And the other things I know I said for council, but I think it would also be, it might be good to understand is if it might be available to the public as well, just similar as we have the planning one, right? The GIS one that they can go in and it shows which projects are like, or which applications and in what phase they are as well. And we have that on our website, and if residents want to go, they can play with it and take a look, and it might be useful as well for some residents that might want to just take a look.
So Jason's busily taking a number of notes and.
Absolutely.
follow up with Budget Management Office.
Perfect. Anything else, gentlemen? Someone want to move that? Councilor Weiss, Councilor Thompson, all those in favor? All that carries. New business. Ron?
No, since I'm relatively new to this, I'm gonna just wait and see what unfolds from the financial advisory point of view. Because I know our budgets are coming forward, so I have nothing to add on it right now, things.
Okay, thank you. Michael, new business?
Just really a question, you know, with regards to the fluctuation of the markets, everything else. Update how our numbers doing these days.
So the one fund itself, or
Whatever name you want to
Okay,
use.
so- for the joint investment board, I had to do a delegation to the board to be able to actually officially move this into one. So that is, the delegation was actually done last week, and we're moving into one fund as we speak. So I was waiting for the contract overall to finalize, and that's moving forward. They do have their information publicly. They do work like a municipal organization, and they do have their performance reports on there. I was encouraged to see how well they were doing on some of their funds. Their equity fund had earned 17% over last year. So, and they were all in positive positions. So they were doing quite well. So I'm very encouraged. During the delegation, the board was very appreciative to have Aurora join investment board, because there are actually 2 residents of Aurora on the board. So they were happy to see their tax dollars invested wisely with the joint investment board.
So then just so I understand, so you went and made a presentation, so that means we haven't yet participated?
We are just getting into
Then our yield is very low right now. Just.
We're just getting into it.
Oh, so what's the tentative start date? October, you see?
It'll be this.
Okay.
So we're thinking like in 6 months' time, we might get like some kind of,
I think that's just some good information, just once in a while, just to show how it's going.
We do report back on our investment report on an annual basis as
Annual,
well,
yeah.
so we could probably maybe add something to us to do a little bit more. The information's easy to pull, it's available publicly.
anything else? No? Motion to adjourn. Michael, Ron, all those in favor? Opposed, that carries. We are adjourned. Thank you. Quick and painless.